Here again with another Shameless Season 6 episode review video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important, if you aren't caught up to the point where I am at rewatching or watching Shameless, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention, as well as put in the description. If that happens to be the case, you find out that you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. And for those of you that are wondering, I've watched all of Shameless at least one time. Now, some episodes I've watched multiple times, but I've sit all the way through and watched the series, one time all the way through. A lot of it's good. I know towards the end, there's a big dip in quality. I'm not exactly sure when that happens. I know the last two seasons, in my opinion, are terrible. But right now, I would consider what I'm on is the good stuff. So with that in mind, this will be Shameless, Season 6, Episode 5. The title of this episode is called Refugees. And this will be my review, reaction, recap. After just finishing watching the episode, we start off with the Gallagher family discussing the fact that the house is going to be gone. They lost in the auction to somebody that overbid Fiona. Frank's going to sell the copper that's in the house as it's worth a lot of money. Lip bangs Helene in her office. Debbie is going to help out the family that she's working with, the Wexler family, and doing a pretty good job. The wife likes her, but the husband doesn't really like her. At least he's not really appreciative of what Debbie can do at the moment. Helene says Theo is going out of town tonight. She wants Lip to stop by. Bible study time at Kevin V's that's led by Carol. And Kev hopes Giannis will rest in peace. He's really guilty about what happened to Giannis. As remember, he burned himself to death in the last episode. Carol's happy that Kev agrees to take on some refugees. The new family stops by the house to do some measurements. And Frank tells Debbie to take care of Mr. Wexler. Turns out Kev and V have to take in a bunch of Asian refugees. They smoke as well and give Kev a Marlboro. Sean's kid is coming, and Fiona tells him he might tell him he loves him if he takes him to Six Flags. Debbie calls Fiona and tells her the cops are here and they're taking our stuff out. Frank gives Mrs. Wexler lines of bullshit. And then Frank and Mrs. Wexler go check out coffins. They coffin shop. Expensive ass shit, too, by the way. The Gallaghers are cleaning out the house. V's getting tired of Carl's wigger shit. And I've just said it because that's what they say in the episode. I know that's offensive to some people. She says she'll go reverse George Zimmerman on his ass. And she knows that his dick ain't that big compared to what he's saying. Sean says Fiona can stay with him, but not the whole family. He's okay with Liam, but Carl is trouble. And Sean's ex wouldn't want Carl living there. With his son Will, and he goes to get his son Will. Mrs. Wexler has a vape pen, and she's also done cocaine before. She's done a lot of stuff. Frank finds out she's a crazy lady that's done a lot of shit in her life, which the last person, Bianca, hadn't tried a lot of stuff before. The officer tells Fiona and Lip he's locking up the house, and Fiona asks for a minute first. And he says, yeah, that's okay. Fiona goes in the house and kind of like looks around, like all her memories are in this house, as they had the house, I believe, before she was born, Monica and Frank, or the Aunt Ginger. Debbie tries to make Mrs. Wexler relax, or Mr. Wexler react, but he passes and calls her Donna. So he is not showing a lot of interest in Debbie, at least at the moment. Carl and Nick go to check out a new place, and the realtor is rude and gives them sort of a stereotype. And because of this, Carl turns her down. Amanda goes to visit Lip, and Lip's like, well, I got to go take a shower and do some stuff. And as Lip is in the shower, Lip's phone goes off, and she wants to go in there to take pictures of his wall. That's her art that she did. And when his phone goes off, Amanda checks it. Svetlana suggests to Fiona to get a massage job as Fiona has a gold mine in between her legs. I would agree. Ian is going to play on the softball team as somebody is too drunk to play, and Officer Tony, or Tony, the officer from the first season, and he's been around in other seasons, but we haven't seen much of Tony lately. He's on the other team, and it's the gay firemen versus the gay police officers, and he has come out of the closet now because of his bad experience with Fiona from season 1. Debbie gets in the bathroom while Mr. Wexler is naked, and that's she says she's just not here for the kids. She's here for his needs as well. The gay cops and the gay firemen start to fight during the softball or baseball game. I can't remember if it's a baseball or softball game. Lip finds out that the naked picture that he took a few episodes of Helene is all over the school. Amanda sent it all to everyone. Ooh, not good for Lip. Well, not good for Helene Runyon. Fiona asks Melinda, her co-worker, for a place to stay from her cousin, and after negotiating a bit to a degree, she says she'll call her. V gives the refugees a bath because they kind of smelled, and Lip goes to Amanda's and yells at her. She says, "You shouldn't have screwed me over. Revenge." That's why she's doing it. And Lip tells her he never made any promises to her. He didn't think this was a big thing. And Chucky comes to the Gallagher house and doesn't know what's going on. He just kind of stands there and knocks and, oh, well, I guess I gotta go on my way. Frank finds out Debbie's on better terms with Mr. Tyler Wexler, so he's Tyler now. V finds out one of the refugees is actually a she. Ian tells the firefighter he's into him, but he just doesn't stick his dick in any guy. He wants a date first, and Ian agrees. He misses Mickey, so he's essentially done with Mickey. Well, at least we thought he was. Fiona and Liam go to stay with Sean, only for a few days, she says. Theo tells Lip that picture may have costed Helene her career, and Theo pushes Lip. Ewings is mad he had to run the class lecture himself, because usually Lip does it when he's out of it during the morning, and he knows about the picture of Professor Runyon. He's like, wow, that was you? Wow, how is she? Is she as good as she looks naked? You know. And Mrs. Wexler goes to sleep with Debbie. Pillow fight between Sean, Fiona, Will, and Liam. And Carl, during the end credits or the mid-credits scene, asks the refugee chick if she's ever killed anyone. And she just is like, and counts on her hand. And that's what ends the episode. So pretty good stuff here. 8.8 out of 10. Lip and Helene Runyon are really important in this episode. But I'm going to give the characters of the episode to Debbie and Frank. Because Debbie was very instrumental in getting in the good graces of the Wexler family. And Frank, the stuff that he did with Mrs. Wexler in this episode to kind of bond with her, I thought that was good stuff. And Lip it almost should be the co-male characters like Frank and Lip. Debbie, I think, was better than Helene Runyon in this episode. So you've heard what I have to say. Now it's your turn. Did I tell you what my score was? I said 8.8 out of 10. I don't remember if I actually said that, but 8.8 out of 10. So it's your turn. If you're a fan of Shameless and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please consider Hulk smashing that like button. It certainly helps. Even like 10 more likes a video certainly go a long way. Okay, let's be realistic here. Even 3 more likes per video certainly go a long way. Share the video with a friend. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this episode of Shameless. What would you score it, and whom would be your character of the episode? If you want to do a male and female character, that's fine too. Click right here with about 20 seconds left to go in the video, which should happen now, for my Shameless series finale rant video, assuming you've seen every episode of Shameless. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, you're watching the video anyway, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special, and JDev will return.